you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity. pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Promise you a 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion.
Good question. You're about to find out. So, it's a slightly more complicated mechanic than just you get people. So I'll explain. When you are at a encounter, whether it be a boss or otherwise, you'll sometimes see these yellow, golden things on the ground. Sometimes they'll be inside. Usually they're outside. When you use them, you're summoning whoever it is. So that's Ansba is this side. This is Thalir, and you can summon them to help. But here's the important part. A couple of things. One, they take a moment to appear, so it's very easy to run past where they are when you're going to the boss, and then you won't notice it until later. I've missed ones that I didn't realize were there. Sometimes it'll only be available if you've done a quest or part of a quest that enables its ability to be there. So, for example, both of these require that you have done enough of their quest line. Thalir, you have to finish his quest line, but you have to do enough of their quest lines to get to the point where they're available. If you've ever done the Millicent quest line, she's actually summonable to like 5 locations. But oftentimes you don't do the Millicent quest line or parts of it until you've passed those. You can call her to help you with the Dragon Knight walking into the city, for example. Most people won't even get to her quest line until they've already done that fight, for example. So every time, this is the important part, this is the key. Every one of these that you use outside a zone wall like this will make the fight inside harder. A lot harder. increase typically the hit points of the boss by 100%, and the boss will hit harder. If the summoning is on the inside, Bale has one of those, Mesmer has one of those. If the summon is on the inside, it will not increase the difficulty of the boss, except the chaos that having another person fighting might cause. But that's kind of a not really. The game mechanic doesn't automatically make it harder. Yeah, I mean, I've done this fight. When you first fight him, having these summons available doesn't make him much harder. At this point, I mean, you saw he has attacks that will actually destroy my health bar, and I would have a hard time having a health bar that's much longer than that. So, it is noteworthy that the difficulty of the fight is connected to, summoning the guys on the outside does make the fight much harder. You've definitely, I mean, I made a point to address most of the world before I came into this fight, but that's also because I already knew that I needed to do that. You know what I mean? It's so. Oh, I screwed up twice.
A pleasure to see you. After all this
Sorry,
time.
that was not supposed to
But
go that
those
way.
remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Yeah, I blew it. Does so little damage. I've run in various directions, and it has to do with where he's gonna land. If he lands close to you, you're probably gonna die. Yeah, and I've successfully avoided that attack before. This time I did not. Oh, you bastard. Oh, I blew it. Again. I keep picking bad times to do things. Aw, oh, come on. Really? Alright, that was bullshit. If you block the meteor attack with the moon spell. I haven't tried. Oh, yeah, going through, so every NG that you do, every NG plus that you do makes the fight significantly harder. This one in particular gets significantly harder. I did not know that. Really? Is that, like, is it supposed to do that, or is it just a side effect? Yeah. Really? I didn't know that. I didn't see that in the description. Dispels all sorcery that touches it and temporarily reduces. But meteors, are those considered to be magic? Because it's all physical damage. There's no magic damage that comes from it. boy, that might be... That's a tough lift, though, right? Because I gotta... Maybe... That's good to know. Nice. That is good to know.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you.
Yeah, I'm not even going to try that
After all
time.
this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
You know what I forgot to do? Forgot to do that. Come on. Nope. Yeah, it wouldn't matter. Yeah, I don't know that I'd ever time that right. Because I'm not... I only have... The moon spell's the only one that I've got there. What's crazy is that it doesn't... There it is. Holy moly. Oh, Jesus. That was nuts. Oh, he killed everything. Ow. Ouch. Ah, I flew through it.
Come, our new Lord. A book not forgot.
Yeah, the problem is, like, so when I do a caster playthrough, I'd absolutely use that because it would just be a quick spell switch. The problem is I have to switch to the staff and switch to a spell. I've actually seriously considered removing the moon. It's useful for increasing the damage that he takes, but it's also a distraction from the greater set of things that I need to do, you know? But he tore through the mimic. That last one was crazy. The catalyst, the cast both incantations. So yes, the problem is that it is lower power than either of them. That's the catch. So hold on. I'm mentally processing. I may actually you mention it and now that changes the equation. Let me think about this for a minute. So right now, my sorcery scaling with this is 430, which means the moon itself will do more damage, but I'm not using it for damage. Let me give that a try. The scaling here is 391. The scaling on that staff... Oh, I don't have it in my inventory. Never mind. The scaling on that staff is only about 360. And my stats are amped up, so it's as high as it's going to get. So I may... Since I already summoned them, I may try that. If I don't get it this time, I may put that in my inventory and try a run with it, because then I can just pick any spell. And I only switch between the rapier and that. It's interesting. Interesting. You know what I'm going to do? Watch this. I'm going to rely on Mimic to do the casting.
General Radahn,
See if he will.
pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you.
Oh, that's not what I
Lord
told
Moog
it to
will
do.
have his dignity.
That's irritating. Come on, switch. Oh, Jesus. That's awful. Oh, jeez. Oh, I'm toast. Oh, Jesus. Oh, good lord. I just can't get any spells off. Come on, switch. Crying out loud. What are you... It's like just not doing the control that I tell it. That's what's crazy. What? I've done no meaningful damage to this guy. There we go. Uh-oh. No? Why are you doing that? It's so bizarre. I don't know if you noticed that, but I had my shield was supposed to be up during that series of attacks, and it wasn't. I had I was pressing the buttons for the shield to be raised up, and it just didn't raise up my shield. Ugh. All right. Yeah, that one in the middle there, it felt very like I wasn't where I needed to be. So let's see, if we replace that with Great Beyond, it's a trade-off. Let's see. Let's do this. And let's do this. I'm not sure how I feel about my Mimic as a caster, but now it may be a little bit more balanced, or a little bit better at it. So I will summon him as a caster again. That seemed to... He was closer to surviving. Certainly he gets the heal spells at least. Yeah? Watch this. Now let's see if I can remember to not screw it up.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Oh, it missed. It's funny. I remembered. What? Oh, come on. Really? Whoops. Oh no, he's gonna kill my mimic. Oh, you bastard. Oh, that's rough. No! Damn it. I screwed up.
It's up to you now. Grunts and trainers will win.
No, put the shield up! I can't believe he grabbed. So I'm. Honestly, I am barely able to tell that healing spells scale at all. My mimic died that time with plenty of health because he got picked up twice. And what I'm wondering is if I had the Great Rune available, would he use it? That's what I wonder. What does this even do? Ritual made to control explosions of spiritual power. Used to cause a spiritual explosion, consuming the sprite dwelling inside. Hmm. Hold on. Let me... Too many things. Oh, it does that. Now that actually is kind of interesting. I never used it before. But I wouldn't want it there. I would want it somewhere else. Where would I want it? I would want it over here somewhere. It's this one, huh? Right. And interesting. Oh, it sticks around. I wonder if it's how long it sticks around. Interesting. See if it goes through the wall. I doubt it, but can't hurt. Oh, yeah, of course.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains
Oh, really?
do not belong to you. Lord Mauve will have his dignity.
Did that even do anything to him? That's funny. Holy moly. Right through. Originally I approached this, by the way, as a lightning caster and realized that he takes almost no damage from lightning, or at least it sure as hell seemed like it. I'm going to mess with my spells a little bit. Oh, yeah. Hey, Mike. It's been a bit. I'm actually tempted to take that away. Nah. Just like this. Get rid of that. Anything interesting I can put there? I have. The problem is that I have to keep renewing it, and it ends up being a trade-off of the value of, is it worth cranking this, like, yeah, it's, if I were change to a different shield, I might use it. The catch is that I have to keep renewing it, right? Because it doesn't last very long. But I've tried it. I've tried both versions of it, actually. That's not what I want. Alright. Maybe I can use him to get an extra bleed hit. Alright, let's do this.
General Radahn,
Oh no.
pleasure to see
Wow,
you.
that's weapon slower than I'm used to. That's crazy.
Those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
I'm used to the really fast ones. I usually don't use a kukri, and so when it was like, zoop, I'm like, oh man, that's bad. All right, good to know. Good to know. I, people say that I'm not saying they're wrong, but I've tried using the Black Flame spells, and I just don't see. I his health is not dropping by the kind of percentages that I would expect. I guess is what I find. I'll give it a try. I mean, this is very similar to builds that I've used to beat him fairly well. Well, yeah, the problem is, of course, this is a DLC fight. It doesn't seem like they do enough to be worth the problems for using them. I mean, there are significant problems, but this fight scales so ridiculous, especially with the helpers, that it takes a redonkulous amount of FP just to get the damage. Well, anyway, I don't know.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you.
Like that. Like, why did that hit me, you know? What? Shield. Again, what ticks me off is when I'm pressing a button, I know I'm pressing a button, it doesn't do the thing that the button press does, and then I die because of it. That's, of all the things that happen in the game, that's the one thing that's like, look, the button was pressed, and why didn't the shield come up? I'll get it when I gamble that I can get the shield down, change weapon, and pull it back up again. But that is a condition that's like, that's bullshit. That shouldn't happen. Anyway. And it's more the fact that I lost the rune. The rune arc. That's actually what irritates me about it. I buffed. Rats. That's a whole physic I screwed up. Well, I can counteract that with some of this.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
Oop. Ooh, got a bleed hit there. Can I get him? Nope. This one, maybe? Oh, I missed. Come on. There it is. Why? Why? Part of it also is that I'm not streaming it, but I'm playing through Convergence, and the spells are really different. So there's stuff that I want to do that the spell doesn't exist in here, and it's like, that would really kick ass. Anyway.
General Radahn, a pleasure to see you after all this time. But those remains do not belong to you. Lord Moog will have his dignity.
No, rats. Somebody get his attention. There we go. Steady. No! Damn it! No, seriously. Seriously. Oh, I got it. I got it. I may not get any runes for it, but I got it. I can't believe I didn't get a single bleed hit there at the end. That's what I was counting on. Alright, hold on. Let's see what the rune pile looks like. We'll find out if we actually got the runes for it. We did. Nice. I can't believe he's worth less runes than like 3 other bosses. Poor Unspa. Poor Thalier. Alright. So here we watch the freaky deaky cutscene. That's the tradition on the channel. Is this cutscene we watch. So that I can make the rather obvious Game of Thrones inappropriateness references. Okay, Lord Brother.
I'm going to be a god. If we honor our part of the vow.
Remember, Lord Brother.
Promise me you'll be my consort.
Lord Brother, promise me you'll be my consort. Whoa. Go Cersei. Go Cersei.
I'll make the world a gentler place.
Yeah, they'll make the world a gentler place by force of arms. It'll be a bit like we'll bring democracy to you as long as you have enough oil. Even if you don't want it. Crazy. Thank you. So, this puts us in a weird place. Did I actually finish? Yeah, Fractured America. Yeah, George R.R. Martin, man. Gotta love that. It's like, dude, what's going on in his head? So I haven't actually finished it yet. I was debating if I wanted to do which ending I wanted, and quite frankly, I'm not sure that it matters. I don't know that I'm going to do the next game again. I might just start streaming either a new character, or I'll start streaming what's it called? Convergence. Because Convergence has some crazy stuff in it. But it's really hard to get satisfaction out of just repeating this. It takes 2 to 3 days, and I just next game, next game, next game, next game. And then the same hard fights just seem to get a little bit harder. I've tried other builds, but ultimately I get so frustrated trying to, do like a dancer build. What's the point of doing a dancer build if you don't actually use the dancing skill? You know what I mean? So I will finish this just mending it the old-fashioned way. Um, it was,
The
yeah, I did.
fallen leaves.
I simply hadn't, Madara. I simply hadn't, actually finished it. So if I do this, give it a moment to cycle through. I'll give you a peek into Convergence. If you haven't played it, it's fun. Um, it's a, they really, there are some places where the map changes seem kind of gratuitous. I haven't modded Elden Ring on my own. The only mod that I've done is this mod, Convergence. So this is the only one that's specifically it is a mod, but it's a like total mod that runs as if it were a separate program. Yeah, if you haven't seen it before, it's really incredible. The world, for the most part, looks the same. What was I even up to? Try to remember. Let's see. Yeah, I don't have a crap load of runes sitting. Oh, I remember. I'm trying to get a... yeah, I'm trying to go up here. So, let's go... First thing you'll notice is I'm not using Torrent. It turns out that there's a process to choose different different mounts. And then additionally, yeah, I don't care about that. Additionally, some classes can always summon. And they're kind of built around that idea, so I can actually summon wherever I want. There's a limitation in the game where they have changed the ground to a different, to not being the base game ground. They can build stuff on it, but it has to be the normal ground. If it hasn't actually built up to a new ground, the, oh, gnarly. Hold on, where's my... Oh no. I forgot to buff. Oi! So, you can even buff your, this is crazy. This spell, Tibia Summons, actually is really good, if you can get it to land. Isn't that crazy? So there are environments that they've changed where there's more stuff. And they'll add like rocks and things that will like get you different places. And they'll add grace, sites of grace in places where they didn't have them before. But watch, some of the spells I'll end up using. Oh, which reminds me, actually, I don't want that anymore. I want that. I'm looking for is, there should be one of those Black Knights in here. But it's daytime. Let me switch to nighttime so I can get it. So each class, the spells are more distinct and they have a lot more spells. And in some cases they modified the spells. Oh, I'm up to level. Let's see, pastime, nightfall. I think Rena's Barrier may be one of the most powerful spells in this game. Hey, pretty good. How you doing, Vale? Oh, they're not in range. Hold on. Ow. Uh-oh. So the single biggest change, and this truly is a huge change, is notice my FP is increasing. It's actually increasing by 2. Wait, is it? Yeah, so I'm using the Blessed Blue Dew Talisman, which gives me +1. Oh, I'm happy to have you. It gives you +1 mana, but you natively always regenerate 1 FP per second, which makes the game so much more playable. It lets you just keep, like, doing stuff. Alright, so because I picked up a map fragment by beating the boss of the area that I'm in before I completed it, it told me where things were. Where I'm headed is... where is it? Up here, I think? You'll see. Oh, gnarly. Somber Stone. That means I'm in an area that's much lower level than I should be. That's the other thing, is that they don't have... the way the stones and stuff work is different. Yeah, there's 1,000 differences. It's pretty crazy. Look at that. There should be somewhere around here a one of those shards, starlight shards. That's what I was looking for. Where is it? Wolves. Oh, and also when you ride by something that's like a herb, that kind of thing, it auto loots it, which is so handy. All right, now let's see. I got that Tibia Mariner. I'm actually hoping to find a Grace somewhere near here. But they flat out change mobs, different bosses in different locations. The only thing they didn't change is the foundation of the core map. I am fully going the wrong way. That wolf is what's giving me the musics. So notice it's just picking stuff up as I ride by. That is so handy. There he is. All right. Oh, what's this? They pepper stuff like that all over the place, too. This spell uses so much mana. I mean, keep in mind that it's because I've played so much of this, like, difficult stuff that having sort of a playing around when you're playing is kind of pleasurable, you know? Oh, yeah, all right, here, check this out. Check this out. This is really cool. Watch this. This spell is awesome on so many levels. It just keeps these guys completely knocked down. It doesn't work on all mobs, but it does damage if something stays kind of like in the danger zone. You'll notice he keeps getting knocked back. There we go. Oh, here we go. So those are the, this is an example of something that they've kind of kept, but also changed. So I found what is I'll show you how you get stuff. So you acquire things in this game in a very different way. So instead of there being just something drops this, they drop items that are either quasi-currency or an item like that. So what I picked up was this Faint Rune of Thorns. This is the bottom level blood sorcery item, and you can tell because it came with these two notes: Path of the Aberrant Heretic. So this kind of tells you what you need to gain like higher and higher levels. It doesn't tell you enough to be really useful, but when you use the rune, it'll give me spells. And these are the three spells that one came with. But I actually picked up the much higher level ones before this because I'm not a Thorn user, Thorn sorcery user. I'm actually what's a necromancer is in the game. Anyway, so that's kind of a cool way to do it, but there's more than that. So when you beat a boss, instead of getting, you get this option to do remnant crafting. So when you beat certain kinds of bosses, they might drop, for example, essence or elemental or these things. And when they drop them, they let you pick from what physic options that you want. And each one lets you pick from a different set. So this is a curious one. This is restore near death. No, not boost max. There we go. No, we don't want that. Boost poise. So you can kind of see how these work. And then these ones will let you get talismans. I already have all of them because I've gotten enough of these drops already, so I'm not sure what I'm supposed to do with it now. And then if you look at the spells, let's say, for example, just the sorceries, look at all these. They add a bunch of spells, which is pretty cool. Oh, which reminds me, I didn't actually mean to keep this spell. This spell is very limited utility. I'd much rather have a different one. What does this even do? Hold on. Huh. I don't even know what this spell does. Let me see. Looks like it's boosting my, it's magma, and it looks like it's boosting my, my, FP consumption, but also other things. Increase all weapon damage by 10%, reduces weapon stamina cost less for 2 minutes. No, it doesn't seem to do that. Huh. It's not one that I want. Oh, well, thank you. That's very kind. I appreciate the little gifts and stuff. Good games. Nice, thank you. Let's see. What I want is a fire spell. Or magma. What does this do? This looks big. Oh, hello. Oh, well, thank you. I hope everybody is entertained. That spell is sick. Look at this. Did it break a tree? Oh, it did. Wow. All right. Now, the whole reason that I was coming here to do all of that is actually because I want to go, and I did the Dung Eater quest line so I could get Dung Eater as a puppet. That's another thing. The way that the... Notice right now... So watch what happens. I'm going to summon my... Look at my health bars and my stamina and everything, right? So when I summon my puppet, I get a massive debuff that I can't get rid of. Me too. Notice my bars are like garbage now, right? Well, there's a spell that you can get called Accursed Binding, which fixes that. The problem is that I already had the low numbers, so I'd have to get them back. So as long as you have that, and what it is it's these two items right here together give you that. So now when I summon my my helper, my puppet, it doesn't, I don't take the hit, but I have to keep that spell available. But it's pretty cool. I think they did a really good job of making all of this stuff, like, interesting, I guess. Anyway, excuse me, but I want to get, I want to pick up the, puppet. So, there are 13 categories of puppets that you can get. And the most powerful ones take that much of your bar. It's like 45%. Or leaves you with 45%, something like that. What? And there he is. Dung Eater! Nice.
You're proving to be quite the puppeteer. I've not had an apprentice.
Alright, so the reason that this is so cool is now... Oh, notice? I love this. You can actually move it by mouse, which is so handy. Morning, Dante. So, now when I go to... You're going to notice there's some changes here, too. So now I can power up Dung Eater. I'm wondering if I can actually crank him up all the way. I hope so. Oh my god, I'm already out of runes. Alright, hold on.
Greeting, are you here for...
9, 12,000. I'll need something like 25,000. Actually, this is convergence. So this is a full mod with tons of changes. You just happen to be viewing something that's very similar to base game.
Greetings.
But in reality, it's actually very different. Alright, Dung Eater's maxed. Nice. Alright, so I'm going to want to play with Dung Eater. Let's put him here. Yeah. Alright. Okay, so I can go back here now, for example, and look for whatever might still be alive. So I've got someone in Cliff Bottom Catacombs. So let's go there. Looking at what's the best way to get there is... I think I can go that way. Yeah, so... Alright, let's give it a look. So, the order of events in this is very different. The way that you get places is very different. And they'll even split, like, the, boy, what's changed? Like everything. Okay, so changes. Notice, for example, I'm not mashing the E button to collect stuff. So the first changes you'll notice just by riding close to things that are like herbs and stuff, you automatically loot them. And that is an example of a ton of quality of life improvements. now with all the quality, yeah, and my stream caption is incorrect, by the way, because I just beat Consort Radon. So the first major change is there's a bunch of general quality of life improvements. The second thing is that they add new spells, new weapons, new effects. They'll modify what some things do, like what the effect of a spell is, and they change for things like crafting how much of whatever stuff you need. You'll notice, for example, instead of doing 2, 4, 6, it did 1, 2, 3 for upgrading that kind of stuff. And it's slightly different crafting materials or upgrade materials. They're may as well be the same, but they're technically a little bit different. Where's the entrance? There it is. So now, if you remember Cliff Bottom Catacombs, this is the next. Oh, Torrent is the same. Hold on. Torrent is the same. Wait, watch. What's different is there's more than one mount you can get. So if you go to mounts, you can pick. So there's Torrent, and Torrent is speed 100%, dash. It has medium dash invulnerability, meaning that when you're dashing, it's less likely to take damage, and it has status immunity, right? I'm using Carrion Knight Steed because it's a little bit faster, but it has less invulnerability to like dashing out of stuff. And then focus recovery, honestly, I have no clue. I like the faster speed, but there's 2 other mounts that you can get. You have this, consume all runes. It takes all the runes that you have and just eats them all. So instead of you having to like click through each one of them. Great runes work basically the same way. What do we got? But notice it tells you more specifically what you get. So this one doesn't give you boast to all stats. You actually get rune gain and hit points. This one is just hit points. This one is hit points and an increase in endurance. So these can be pretty cool. Let's see, what else? Remnant crafting, you don't collect these items from bosses, you collect these from bosses. And then instead of you have to go to this boss to get this item, you actually get this, and then you pick which one of these you want. I've already gotten all of these, so that's why they're all at 0. The Physic has way more things, and you get these the way that someone drops an item, and you can convert it into any one of these. You pick which ones that you want. The Flask charges are 1 each, meaning you don't have to pick up 5 of something in order to charge it again, so you max out the charges really fast. Anyway, and you have access to like all this stuff really fast. You can actually like change what your armor looks like, which is pretty cool. So you can basically just have a basic set even though you're wearing something different. So if, for example, I wanted to do, I wanted it to look like I was wearing the Fia set, for example. We'll go with the altered set. So I may be wearing, it may look like I'm wearing this set, but in reality I'm using these. And then instead of having, instead of this being all incantations boost, This one boosts holy specifically. This one boosts lightning specifically. So it's not incantation or sorcery, it's that magic type. And then there's a whole bunch more of those that are available. And then when I come in here, you'll see very quickly that... Oh, hello. So you can see that guy is normally not in this dungeon. So there's some pretty cool stuff where you can actually see where they've actually changed like what's there. Well, I want to drop down and get that. So what? We're sprouting. So this is like I forgot to buff again. Oh, Schneike. Hey, Slim, come help me out. What the hell, dude? Oh, now he's awake. Anyway. Now, one of the drawbacks is the best spell in the game is also loud as hell. So this guy's going to come charging into this spell, and it's going to knock him back. This spell will also capture spells, and depending on the spell, and it'll like rotate inside it, like it's like a gravity well. It's pretty cool, actually. Ow. Hey. Pretty crazy, huh? This spell's a super high FP user, though. That. Oh! My guy found someone. Oh, no, he didn't. He's trapped. Alright, here. So watch this. This is crazy. So that guy is basically locked because of this spell. These guys are really weak when it comes to poise, and so this spell just locks them up. It's nuts. Watch this spell. that I really like it. I mean, again, I think that there's something about it that does take away from the difficulty of the game. But the flip side is like, I've done the difficult stuff. I don't feel the need to do the, you know, I don't feel the need to suffer another game. I think this one's more about just kind of like cruising through stuff and having fun. Now, all gear seems to have at least some amount of augmentation that it's going to do to your character. So, for example, the items that I'm wearing right now, like the item that I just picked up, for example, increases strength and faith by 1 and increases non-physical absorption by 10%. Shield of Alacrity. What is that? Shield of Alacrity. Let me look at this thing. Oh, that is sexy. Grants 30 additional spellcasting speed. Nice. I have a new shield. Oh, except its physical absorption is 61. Oh, that hurts. But it has buckler parry. Or shield parry, I think they called it. What did I miss? Wait a minute. I do this a lot. This particular place, I screw this up. I'm missing something. There's a path that I didn't take. Let me think. No, I think it's just I have to jump down. Oh, we'll find out. Oh, hello. Ha ha ha. Oh, that thing's getting in the way. All right. When in doubt, it's this spell. Oh yeah, they did tons of cool stuff with the Convergence mod. There's so many like little things that they changed. From an environmental perspective, they really, I mean, I think they did a good job. There are places where What the hell? What the hell? There we go. Ow! So they can add things to the environment. When they replace the floor, you cannot summon your helper. So see, like, for example, I see that guy right there right now. That's basically how I control it. Page. Yeah, it's stupid. Somewhere, a heavy door is opened. Alright, so I'm tempted to try Dung Eater instead. Alright. Oh boy. So, with this mod, so see how I'm getting the Glowing Rune of Storm, I got the, where was it? I got this Heirloom Remnant. So, what that means now is, let me get this, there we go. Alright, so what that means is, now, if I can turn those in. So I'll show you what kind of stuff that you can get. Okay, it's right here, good. So instead of giving me, like, this specific item, what I get are these remnants. And I got the Heirloom Remnant, which lets me pick one of these heirlooms, and they have one for all the combinations of stats. So Faith and Arcane, Dex and Arcane. This one is just straight Strength. I'll get that one. I've really got all the ones that I care about anyway. Now... there's going to be something for me to fight there as well. Where is it? Up there? Ugh. Alright, now I have to get up there. Nope, no, wrong way. I'll go this way. So that thing that was on where I said I have to go up this way anyway, it's going to be up here. What it is there are this is like a teleporter, and they'll have various kinds of bosses. I have a bad feeling about this one. Wow. So those physic remnants you then turn in for the various kinds of upgrades that a physic might give you. So I'll pop in now. So when I come in here, and again, I go back to remnant crafting, I can then pick this essence fragment, and I can pick what, I'll start, it doesn't really matter. Here I've got what the what's it? Concoction to explode, coats nearby enemies with oil. I don't know which ones to get. I'm down to like the really few. Ranged attacks, why not? So you've got, and then with this, you can choose to teleport to any other of these items. So see how they're scattered all over the place. Now I'm not gonna find one. You'll find that here's one, for example. So you can teleport to the other ones of these from the ones that you get, which is pretty cool. I'm, for the most part, not doing that, but you can. Let's see. All right, I got all of that. Actually gotten most of these. Alright, these ones are still around. Oops, there we go. Got you. Ah, here we go. Oh, I've even been to this one. I didn't go into the side cave. Like Adam is the Josh Gates of ER. Have that Expedition Unknown vibe. All right. Thank you. I hope. I think. Let's see. So by the way, I did it again. All right, see how my stats just tanked? It's because I failed to cast the what's it called? The Curse Binding. So now you can't just like camp and come back. I have to get rid of the debuff, then camp. That'll refill my stats. Oh, and it's a toggle. So now I can bring him back and I still have my stats. It's pretty funny. Alright, let's see. So, Fia's Mist, a spell that you never would have used otherwise, right? Nope, not going down there yet. Maybe not ever at all. Oh, alright. Oh, this is the trap one. I hate this zone. This zone is such a pain in the ass. Seriously. I don't know if they change it, but man, seriously, this one is such a pain. Gotta love Dung Eater when it comes to that. Trap. No, not this one. I may have to do the colored stones thing. I don't always have this memorized. Dungeon. It just causes such a pain. So now I'm back in the original one, I believe. Boy. Schnikey! I didn't see that guy. I was just trying to get that golden seed. I don't need any. The worst part is I'm already maxed, so I can't use any more of those anyway. You max really fast with those in this, and I think the reason they put so many extras is you're kind of, it's weird. You're supposed to do, the order that you do things in changes based upon your starting. So you don't always start in the same spot. Each class has its own starting position. I think I'm gonna have to start putting colored stones down. Is he crazy? Hoping to finish this. The problem is the amount of time that it takes to go through everything because of all the teleporters, and I don't remember the perfect order because I don't run this one over and over again. It's a massive pain in the ass. There we go. See if I remembered correctly. I probably didn't, but we can hope. Yes, we did. Oh, thank God. So, they don't always teleport through the wall correctly, which is why I unsummon him, and then I'll go through and summon again. Soiled loincloth. That's what drops off this guy. Go figure. Alright, so again, this will just kind of give you an idea about what stuff there is. So I got Soiled Loincloth, which increases dex by 1, weapon damage by 1, reduces weapon stamina. If you do not have a weapon equipped with int faith scaling, this item also has that extra effect. That's interesting. And then I don't think this is even a weapon in the game normally. I think they added it. So double-headed polearm. Alright. And then soul jars of fortune. That's part of the normal game. Ah, Hero's Grave. Now, that one was not significantly changed. This one probably will be. Oh, I want to try and get this guy to break this. Oh, Dung Eater's hanging out with this guy. Never mind, I'll play with it later. Although... spell does a lot of good damage, but it eats a lot of mana. Alright. You know, one thing that I will say that's kind of funny is Johanna. Hey, Johanna. Luis. I think the only spell type that I've not actually gotten all the high-level spells in is the class that I am, which I find very funny. So when you come into a place like this, you start to see how it's can be significantly different. Like that. Earthbreaker seal. Oh, so for every subcategory of like incantation or sorcery, they have a staff or seal specifically designed to be used with it. So the Earthbreaker is probably it's optimal for physical damage. So it doesn't have like a passive skill that makes it amp. These are the types of damage that you'll get from incantations, and it's ideal for physical damage. So if the incantation's dealing physical damage, that will boost it. Oh, I wonder if they left this one intact. They did. Oh my. That's interesting. The other ones of these, they drastically altered. What? No way. Uh-oh. So the shield happens to be a great way to keep yourself like protected against various effects. It's not perfect, but it's pretty good. And then other times it goes right through walls. So if you know that there's going to be something in a location, you can do that. The problem is it's also super loud. to each other, and that's uncool. Oh, and I have a spell, actually, to take control of undead. The problem is I don't have it memorized, because I didn't think about there being undead in here. Boiled crab. Yeah. Alright, that was the big thing, teleporting here. This is the tricky part. No, 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 roll, roll, roll. Woo. So this is where we're back to where the spells get useful. Uh-oh. He ended up on the wrong side of the spell. And then that's a remnant that I can use to trade in for another item, combat-based talismans. remembering this now. Yeah, so the things finally hit each other, and then that's what the teleporting around when it messes with the order in which they teleport. Anyway. So I actually skipped something. Let me go do that. Hopefully I won't regret it. Sword of Milos. And that's... Alright, now I've done everything. La 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 la. Alright, so, it's totally funny. When you said Josh Gates of ER, I thought of the television show ER, not Elden Ring. Anyway, I think that's funny. Haha. Alright, so... Okay, so this is where I'm going to mess with my inventory a little bit. I'm pretty sure what's coming is... Actually, I don't know for sure. So let's do that. Instead of regen, let's lower consumption. Oh, it's a Crucible Knight. Put this spell back. Alright, Rune of Beasts. Wonder what that does. Rune of beasts. It's gonna be the beast spells, incantations, yeah. I'm going to round table, and I'm going to camp out for the night. It is time to go to bed. Be excellent, be awesome, be good to each other. I hope everyone has a fantastic weekend. I'm not sure how much streaming I'll be doing, but hopefully if I do, I will see you back. Please like, please follow, and I will see you all later. Be great.